Yo, what's going on, GBA fans? I'm Ben, and I'm joined by a fellow analyst and good pal. Introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? You got your boy AA on 2 for 20.
And we're here to bring you all the playoff picture for GBA Season 9. So,
Yes. So the way
yeah.
this is going to work is we're going to go into the 4 playoff matchups. We're going to go into their seeds, who plays who, and just what we think. I guess it should be pretty quick and simple. And I guess without further ado, let's start off with the matchup that, in my opinion, decides who wins the GBA already. We have Lars, coach of the Borussia Dortmund, versus MV, coach of the San Diego Chargers. MV went 7-2 this season, and Lars went 6-3. They are going to be playing for round 1 in the Ultra Sun Conference. And Ben, you want to go over the matchup real quick?
Lars has a team of Kieran Black, Jirachi, Azumarill, Tangrowth, Aerodactyl, Lando I, Mandibuzz, Salazzle, Coffergigas, Heliolisk, and Megalucario. MV has Giratina O, Lugia, Mega Diancie, Alolan Muck, Keldeo, Bronzong, Shaman, Dugtrio, Raikou, Umbreon, and Empoleon.
So right off the bat, it's the Stall Breakers versus the Stall team. Question is, who will come out on top? My bet's on Lars. He has Lando I plus Mega Lucario, and then a bunch of broken Tier 1 mons.
Yeah, especially after he got that Mega Lucario. Now he has that offensive Mega Lucario, Azumarill, Kieran Black core, and that's like stupidly hard to switch into. But MV does have Lugia, which is maybe the only thing they can switch into. Well, it can't even switch into the KB, but
Yeah,
you
can,
yeah.
KB it'll have Mold Breaker essentially anyway, so it won't even matter because of multi-scale.
Yeah, of course.
So Lars has like the one team that can actually like not only break MV's team really well, but like just destroy it offensively. It'll annihilate it. And MV's team actually is no good switch-ins to this.
But MV
So
has
it'll be
also
interesting to see.
yeah MV has also been playing like stupidly well as of late. I believe he's on an 8-game winning streak this season.
I believe he is. I believe you're right.
Yeah. So let's see if he can keep up that streak, and let's see if he can beat Lars. They did play once in the regular season, but that was more of a meme game. So
Yeah. Next up, we have Denzel, coach of the Los Angeles Nido Kings, and he takes on Randy, coach of the Houston Team Rockets. Randy currently clinched for his division as the first seed for Akala, and Danza barely squeaked in by differential.
So Danza has a team of Palkia, Genesect, Tapu Bulu, Halucha, Heatran, Florges, Crocodile, Savali, Gengar, Komao, and Mega Alakazam. And Randy has a roster of Yveltal, Clefable, Infernape, Suicune, Roserade, Jolteon, Metagross, P2, Hippowdon, Zygarde 10, and Mega Latias.
Yeah, so right off the bat, I think that Yveltal will be a pretty free win mon in terms of playoffs. Danza's team really has no actual counterplay to this. His best mon to actually take it on would be Florges, but even then, Florges it isn't exactly going to be that great against Randy's team with things like Roserade and even like a Z Infernape stopping it. Also, Metagross is a hard switch into that. And Randy also does a fat that can outlast it, so not looking good for Danza personally.
Yeah, if Randy can play his Yveltal well, I think he basically wins here, because the Dark Resists on Danza's team are like Komao, Crocodile, Florges, Bulu, Lucha, and
Yeah, and 4 of those don't actually do anything to Yveltal and just straight up lose.
3 of them are weak to flying as well. So
Yeah, exactly.
Florges, I think, is going to be the only thing on Danza's team that can take a hit, and I mean, well, Randy might just have coverage for that. I don't know if Yveltal gets good coverage for it, but
It doesn't get any notable coverage, at least. Like, its steel move is Steel Wing, and on the poison end, it's like Hidden Power or Toxic.
yeah.
So it doesn't exactly get good coverage for it. Maybe to hit it like neutrally, of course, or maybe a physical flying move if Randy goes with like an acrobatic set, I guess, to maybe take advantage with like a grassy seed. But at that point, I mean, the Granny's just gonna sit there and probably just stall him out if he's really going for a seed set, or maybe even just like power or like Sky Attack could actually probably hit it pretty well. But otherwise, I mean, he's just gonna pivot out on it pretty freely, and Randy does have monster pivot out into, so it's not exactly gonna be like it's hurting.
Yeah, and he could also bring like T-Spikes and Spikes on Roserade to chip down the Flurries as it switches in all the time, and also if he can get those T-Spikes up, that forces something on Danza's team to click Heal Bell or Aromatherapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he has a lot of options to wear it down.
Yeah, it'll be. In my opinion, this should be a pretty easy matchup for Randy. I think that Danza could obviously pull something out. I mean, maybe he gets a kill and goes to timer. Who knows? But I think realistically, this is a pretty Randy game at this point.
Yeah,
So.
I think Randy does have the upper hand, of course. He also went 9-1 this season, so I mean, if that's any
I believe he
indication.
got the best record, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Next up, we have Auster J, coach of the Montreal Habsels, versus Jolt, coach of the Kansas City Giraffe Chiefs. This is the middle seed game for the Ultramoon Conference. And yeah, I mean, why don't you go into the matchup real quick?
All right. Auster has Mega Mawile, Lunala, Tornti, Rotomwash, Nidoqueen, Tyranitar, Reuniclus, Cobalion, Salamence, Registeel, and Stoutland. And Jolt has a team of Magearna, Mew, Mega Aerodactyl, Scolipede, Manaphy, Goodra, Incineroar, Alolan Ninetales, Breloom, Meloetta, and Groudon.
So, on paper, I actually thought that Jolt probably had this matchup, but during the main season, Auster actually surprised us, and I believe Auster beat Jolt, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did.
I was pretty sure it was like a 3-0 game, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. But I remember, like, Auster's Lunala put so much pressure that game. Auster's team in general just put a lot of pressure that game. So it was a very nice win for Auster. And, yeah, he ended up winning 3-0 versus Jolt. I just wanted to double check on that. In general, I think that Auster's team after free agents has become pretty terrifying. I think he could pull it through again. At the same time, though, Jolt is a very terrifying player. And Magearna could do a lot in this game, I feel like. So I think it just comes down to, I guess, prep. In all honesty, this is a pretty equal matchup looking at it. Though it's a slight upper hand to Jolt, just because one, it is a rematch, and it's not like Jolt had to necessarily reveal those cards, and two, the fact that I do put a lot of faith in Groudon in Ubers. I think it's a really slept-on mon, so Groudon plus Magearna should be fine for Jolt to carry.
Yeah, I think I agree that Jolt has a bit of an upper hand. Because, as you mentioned, Auster did beat Jolt in the regular season, and Auster is the Jolt killer just in general, but it's true that Jolt didn't reveal his best sets in that game. He specifically said that he didn't want to reveal much because it's very likely that they would play again in playoffs, and that's exactly what's happening right here. So yeah, I think
round 1-2.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Jolt has a very slight upper hand, but this game could go either way.
Exactly. I think that it'll definitely be the game to watch, but at the same time, I feel like our finalists are definitely either from the Randy Danza game or from the MVV Lars game at this point, though it'll still be, I think, the most interesting game to watch for round 1 playoffs, so make sure to watch that. And then finally, we have Leo, coach of the Durham Dragons, taking on Tup, coach of the Pittsburgh Piratas. Tup is, I believe, the 4th seed in his conference, being the Ultra Sun Conference, and Leo is the 1st seed. And why don't you go into matchup real quick?
Leo has a team of Marshadow, Garchomp, Ferrothorn, Thunderous Eye, Snorlax, Cresselia, Comfey, Alomomola, Nidoking, Darkrai, and Mega Medicham. And Tup has a roster of Shaman Sky, Zeraora, Melodic, Mega Scizor, Battlebond Greninja, Ashgren, Latias, Miltank, Togekiss, Entei, Diggersby, and Claydol.
So we obviously saw this game happen in Week 10. Tup did end up being Leo. I'm not sure, I haven't seen the game yet. Do you know if it was like a meme game? Do you know if it was like a serious game? I'm not sure which it was.
Tup definitely had to take that game seriously because
I know that you mentioned that Tup had to take it seriously because he just barely made playoffs off of it. But I'm not sure if it necessarily mattered to Leo much at all, which I think definitely influences a lot, I guess, this game, depending on how hard Leo prepped for that game.
I imagine that Leo prepped decently hard for that game, but he's probably saving his best stuff for playoffs in case Tup did beat him and they did play. So
yeah,
based on that alone,
Tup did win that game. It was pretty set that Leo would be playing Tup round 1, unless if depending on like the MVV, whoever MV played Week 10 game differential, it was very, very possible that he could have ended up playing Tup round 1. So I'd be shocked if he ended up actually like revealing stuff very early on.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think for this round 1 game, Leo is going to make sure that he doesn't lose to the Diggersby, because that's basically what happened in their Week 10 game. Tup's Diggersby came in at good times, and it just claimed to kill. So Leo's going to make sure that same thing doesn't happen again, and yeah, I think I'll give the upper hand to Leo here.
Yeah, I think I would personally give the upper hand to Leo too, because I feel like just the matter of fact that Tup would have probably had to sweat really hard to actually make playoffs off of this Week 10 game, especially against Leo of all people. Whereas I think that Leo could have pretty much coasted through that game personally, and obviously I can't speak for Leo on his behalf. I don't know, like just in general what his mindset was, but I think that Leo could have probably coasted a lot easier than Tup could have, And I think that alone will give Leo a much bigger edge because he definitely would have had to see Tup's full hand in this game. So that's going to help him a lot. I think if Tup can pull something out, I mean, who knows? He does have Shaman Sky, so anything is possible at this point. But I think we'll just have to see.
Yeah, and that's a very fair point there. I was thinking that Tup's going to really have to... He's going to have to bring some strange sets, I think, this week if he wants to have a chance against Leo because... Well, again, Leo's not going to lose to the same thing again, and like he's an amazing player.
Twice in a row.
Yeah.
Like just 2 weeks in a row. It's not even like the match was like a week 1 game, prep could have changed. It was literally a back-to-back matchup. It's not exactly like he's going to lose to the same thing the next week.
So what I would like to see is Tup bring a couple of mons with like Body Slam, Thunder Wave, something like that, and then he just has the Shaman Sky in the back that just clicks Air Slash.
Yeah, I mean that's a win con. That could carry anyone to a finals, to be honest.
Worth a shot.
So that is going to be it for our playoff picture for this season of the GBA. I'd like to thank you all for watching. And remember to leave a like down below and comment your thoughts on the playoff bracket in general this season. Until then, I guess we will see you guys later. Peace out.